Spider-Man, the 3 Laws of Robotics, and my confession right now on News for Human Use. Hey there, humans. Welcome to another edition of News for Human Use, a dose of reality in the flood of fiction that dominates the online discourse. I'm Gene Pocket. I'm an author, a real person, and the only candidate running for president of the United States of America in the year 2020 who's ever lifted a box or seen an entire paycheck disappear into the flames of debt. I know what you're going through. I know what it's like living in reality. That's why I'm here giving you your weekly dose of news that humans can use. I'm not coming to you with some trivial news like what company the Spider-Man is performing for next. Quite frankly, I've never cared for the Spider-Man. As a spider bite survivor myself, I think the so-called Spider-Man trivializes the very real threat posed by venomous spiders. I didn't get special powers. I got really sick. But I'm not here to talk about spiders or how a certain mouse's stranglehold on the entertainment industry is destroying art and culture. No, I'm coming to you to equip you for the war with bots, machines, and artificial intelligences. The war is happening now, my human friends, as I'm speaking to you at this very moment. Scientists are working round the clock on the government dime to try and figure out how to replace you with a bot, machine, or an artificial intelligence. Make no mistake, if the government and their corporate sponsors have their way, they'll replace every last one of us, and there will only be 2 jobs left: repairing the machines and acting as servants to the oligarchs who own and control them. I don't like it. I'm not going to stand for it, and that's why I'm running for president in the United States of America in the year 2020. We need a change, folks. We need a leader who cares about humans, who knows what it's like to be a real person, not some focus grouped phony who chases the polls like they chase donations. I'm the real deal, folks. Now, I've talked several times in the past about the need for the United States of America to pass legislation regulating bots, machines, and artificial intelligences, starting with the 3 laws of robotics.
The first law is as follows. A robot may not harm a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Number 2, a robot must obey orders given it by qualified personnel, unless those orders violate rule number 1. In other words, a robot can't be ordered to kill a human being. Rule number 3, a robot must protect its own existence. After all, it's an expensive piece of equipment, unless that violates rules 1 or 2.
Now, as you know, if you've been following my work, I've long been an advocate for passing the 3 laws of robotics. I've always believed that their passage into law would be a great first step in reclaiming our human future. Plus, because the 3 laws were prominently featured in Bill Smith's enduring science fiction classic, I, Robot, the name recognition might make them a little bit easier to pass. But as I've been going around this great country and talking to the great humans who do the work that keep the country running, I've really started to rethink my position. And as I've been talking it over with human party leaders, we've decided that it's time to streamline the 3 laws of robotics. We're cutting them down to 2. We're keeping laws 1 and 2. A robot can't injure a human being or allow a human being to be harmed, and a robot has to obey orders by a human, except if it conflicts with the first law. I mean, what do we care if a robot protects its own existence as prescribed by Asimov in the 3rd law? You and I know that the best robot is a dead robot, frozen stiff with robo mortis. Now, I've really thought about this carefully, folks, and I think giving machines the notion that they have an existence worthy of protecting is just about the most dangerous thing we could do at the moment. Instead of being a great first step toward a human future, passing all 3 laws of robotics would really be starting down the path to robot rights and inevitably total human annihilation. So on day 1 of my presidency, whether it's by signing a bill passed by the Congress or by executive order, I will be signing the 2 laws of robotics into law. This is important, my human friends. We've got to get to work restricting robot rights before they restrict our rights and eventually destroy us all. And that starts with common sense bot legislation like the 2 laws of robotics. And I gotta say, folks, it wasn't easy to admit I was wrong, that I had been wrong all along about the 3 laws of robotics. That moment of truth when you realize that what you'd believed was wrong, it's like waking up to find yourself falling 10,000 feet above the ground. You gotta go through the 5 stages of grief, and most people never make it past the denial stage. Not only have I accepted the fact that I was wrong, but I have taken steps to correct my error, and I have altered my agenda accordingly. Learning from our mistakes is what makes humanity so amazing, and one of the many things that sets us apart from bots, machines, and artificial intelligences. We have the ability to alter our own programming. We can change, we can adapt. For a computer, a bot, a machine, or an artificial intelligence, being wrong is a fatal error. Not so with human beings. Being wrong and recognizing your error is often on the path to human greatness. But you look around at the politicians who are supposed to be working on our behalf, and you see a group of folks that think that doubling down on stupidity is the only way to succeed. Robot Dawn is a global leader in this flawed way of thinking, in this backward approach to human life. There is nothing wrong with being wrong. But the minute you begin to value your image more than you value the ability to learn, you begin to give in to the robot agenda. We're all imperfect, and every single one of us is going to get it wrong on occasion, and that's fine. That's normal. What really matters is how you handle your mistakes. Now, I've talked to a lot of great people in this country who feel trapped in unhappy circumstances. And because of their fear of making a mistake, of getting it wrong, they won't allow themselves to take a risk to change their situation. They think that somehow it's better to be safe than to be sorry. But allowing those kind of thoughts to control you can only lead to self-imposed isolation. And the machines are loving it. They want us docile and divided. So if you're not interrogating your ideas on a regular basis, you're on the side of the machines, brainwashed into thinking that perfection, unattainable perfection, is the only way to achieve success. But perfection is subjective, and societal standards are shifting constantly. Perfection is the dream of doll and clockmakers, not an actual achievable goal. So I'm telling you, my human friends, don't be afraid to get it wrong. Don't be afraid to take a risk. Better instead to be afraid of intellectual stagnation. It's important to prune the plant of intellect so you can grow, so you can thrive. I was wrong about the 3 laws, but I won't allow it to stop me in my pursuit of a human future. I won't allow it to stop me in my fight against the bots, machines, and artificial intelligences. It's only hardened my resolve. Maybe you've been wrong sometime. Share it with us in the comments below. We need to share our experiences. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make them all yourself, end quote. If we're going to win this war for our survival, we have to come together, united under the banner of the Human Party, working together to make sure our mistakes don't define us. And to help in that struggle, you know I'm going to be here every Thursday bringing you news and information that's fit for human use. Tell the people you care about this video. Maybe you know someone who's made a mistake. Don't just share the link. Tell them face to face. Look into their eyes and tell them the truth. And be sure to visit www.genepocket.org. That's GENEpocket.org, where you're going to find all kinds of information about my campaign, the Human Party, how you can volunteer, and most importantly, the link to our donation page. Donate today if you agree that we need to keep America human. Hit subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. I'm Gene Pocket, and until next week, I wish good things for you, good things for the United States of America, and all the best to the human race. Thanks, and have a great week.
We're not gonna let them take our jobs. We're not gonna be replaced. We won't live in a world that's run by bots. We won't let them take our place. We won't let machines take our rights. We'll stay together, we will fight. We're not gonna let them program our kids. We won't let bots control our news. We won't let machines divide with politics. We're not just data points to be used. We're human beings with living souls. We won't let the robots gain control. Together we'll keep America human. We're the Human Party. Together we'll keep America human. We're the Human Party. We're the Human Party.
Hey there, humans. I've gotten a lot of comments and questions over the last couple of weeks, wondering where I've been and what's going on with News for Human Use. I really appreciate your concerns, folks, and I want to assure you that I'm alive and well, and I'm not going anywhere. A lot of rumors have been swirling around, and I'm coming to you right now to squash those rumors once and for all. First of all, as you can see, I'm not dead. Second of all, I haven't been arrested. The machines may have infiltrated our criminal justice system, but speaking out about the robot agenda hasn't been made a hate crime yet. And finally, I am not a robot. I've undergone Voight-Kampff testing on multiple occasions, and I'm just about as human as you can get. The truth is that my grandma, Jean Elizabeth Pocket, passed away on August 27th. She was a kind woman and a strong influence on my life. Her support and love over the years has made me into the man I am today. Her persistent goodness in the face of hard times is an example to us all. It's been a hard month, and I'm going to miss her dearly, as I know we all will, but I know she'd want me to continue in the important work of saving the human race from total extinction. So I've taken some time to grieve, and I'm ready to get back in the fight. And I know Grandma Jean would love it if you'd join me, whether by volunteering your time or donating your money to our campaign. Help me honor my grandma, a true human hero, by visiting www.genepocket.org. That's GENEpocket.org, where you can find out how you can help. I love you, Grandma Jean, and I love all of you. And thanks for watching. I'll be back next week.